Looking at our world from a theological perspective. This is the Theology Central Podcast, making theology central.
Good Sunday afternoon to everyone. It is October the 10th, 2021. It is currently 4:44 p.m. Central Time. And once again, I'm coming to you live from the empty sanctuary of Victory Baptist Church, located right here in the middle of nowhere. And welcome to a new week of Bible study. Yes, we are in a new week of Bible study. I know that the Bible study exercise, I know I've been focused on trying to work out a different problem and a different debate that I don't want to talk about here. One of the reasons I haven't done as many broadcasts for the Bible study exercise this week is pretty obvious. We have been working I really wanted you to kind of focusing on how do we understand the purpose of the book. Remember, 1 John, that's what we've been studying. Now, what part are we on? Part 15. So welcome to a new week of study. This is part 15 in our study of 1 John. So I've really wanted you to spend a lot of time just still considering and thinking about the purpose of the book and trying to understand 1 John in light of it being a polemic, a rebuttal, and a correction to Gnosticism. And what we've been doing is we're trying to slowly but surely work through 13 passages in 1 John, demonstrating that you can interpret them in light of Gnosticism, and it makes sense better than maybe the traditional way of saying that this book somehow tests your salvation. You somehow can test your imputed righteousness with a practical righteousness and all of the theological problems, and that you, in some cases, undermine the doctrine of salvation by grace alone, through faith alone, or salvation by grace through faith because of Christ alone. So I think that that's been a very important thing. I've tried to give everyone time to really process that. I gave you that article on Gnosticism that I wanted everyone to read. Some of you have read it multiple times. You're still working through it. Some of you have done a really good job of sending me your work. Someone made this really cool chart that's really cool about interpreting, like taking a passage in 1 John. I'm going to interpret it this way, using this is the purpose of the book, say the fellowship way or the Gnostic way or the test way. And it looks really cool, really awesome. They should make one for everyone. It looks really nice. And so a lot of you really been putting in the work. Some of you have been asking questions. I've just kind of been trying to let you kind of just do your thing this week. But since we're getting ready to begin a new week, I thought I would turn on the microphone and try to get everyone going in the right direction and give you some very clear focus. So a couple of things. First of all, welcome to the new student who just signed up for the curriculum. I won't give your name here, but thank you so very much. If you have any problems or any questions, feel free to email me anytime, newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. I'll definitely help you out. To everyone else who may not be using the curriculum, if you would like the curriculum, go to theologycentral.net, theologycentral.net, go to the blog section. You're going to have to go down a few entries, find the one that says Daily Discipleship Guide, follow that link that will take you to Ministry Grid, and you can sign up and you will have access to the Adult Study Guide. You'll have to the Daily Discipleship Guide, to the Leader's Guide. All of the curriculum is yours to use. So please utilize it, all right? Please utilize it. That's what I want you to do, all right? Now, this week, here's what I want you to do. It's very simple. I want you to go to 1 John chapter 2. 1 John chapter 2. The first assignment is very simple this week, all right? And here, I'm not going to do much teaching. I'm just trying to get us refocused so that we can advance our study in 1 John, okay? We're still going to, on Wednesday, if we have an in-person service, we'll get back to finishing up those 13 passages in 1 John and trying to interpret them in all the different possible purposes for the book, okay? But for now, this is what I want you to do this week. Are you ready? Your assignment for this coming week is there's a number of assignments, but your first one is very simple. And if you heard our discussion this morning here at Victory Baptist Church, you should have known that this was coming. I want you to spend this week looking at 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 through 17. 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 through 17, and I want you to spend a considerable amount of time trying to figure out what does it mean not to love the world. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. All right, so I want you, and we've already talked about it this morning about how do we interpret that? Do we interpret that as a test? How does that relate to Gnosticism? We've already covered that controversial aspect of it. Right now, I don't want you to try to deal with the controversial aspect. Do we view this as a test, fellowship, salvation, or a correction to Gnosticism? All right, we've already dealt with that. All you have to do this week is I want you to spend a considerable amount of time meditating, debating with yourself, talking with others. What does it mean not to love the world? I want you to see if you can write out some kind of an accurate definition of what it means, love not the world. I want you to think of it this way. I want you to think of someone walking up to you going, hey, are you a Christian? Yes. Well, I just became a Christian, and I was reading 1 John 2, and it says love not the world, and I don't know what that means. Can you tell me what would you write out as your explanation? And I really want you to take paper and write out, or if you're using, typing your notes on an electronic device, that's okay. Type out, tap on the screen, type out your definition. I want you to try to create a working definition of what it means to not love the world. It may include one concept. It may include two concepts. It may include three concepts. I want you to figure it out, and then I really would like you to ask as many people as you can. If you know other Christians, just ask them, not to debate them, just say, what do you think it means to love not the world? And I want you, if you can, compile just a short summary of all the answers you can find. Now, you can use social media. You can use people in your church. I don't care. You can call your pastor. I don't care. What does it mean to love not the world? Because here's what I want you to figure it out, and then I want you to see everyone else's definition, and then I want you to go, wait a minute. If no one can agree on what it even means to love not the world, then how in the world can this be a test to know if I'm saved if I don't even know what it actually means? Because I think everyone's like, they hear a sermon, love not the world, and everybody's like, amen. And some of the standard things that will get brought up. Love not the world. Don't love the music of the world. Don't love the movies of the world. Now, it's always funny. Love not the world. That means don't watch rated R movies. PG-13, that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. PG, perfect. Just not rated R. It's always very arbitrary and very subjective. So we've got to figure out that. What does it mean? Because even if it's not a test for my salvation, even if we don't interpret it that way, and this is a correction against Gnosticism, we have to at least figure out what it means not to love the world, because we're still called not to do it. Even if it's not a test of my salvation, I'm not to love the world. And exactly what does that look like? Exactly what does that mean? I'm going to leave here tonight at some point. I gotta run an errand that's going to take me way out of my way. But when that is finished, I'm finally going to arrive back at my house, and I'm going to be like, another long Sunday, hours and hours of teaching. I'm exhausted. And guess what I may do? I know this may sound like I'm worldly, but I'm just, look, full transparency, right? We're a little community trying to study the Bible. That's the thing. I like seeing those names of those using the curriculum, because we're all in this together. We're a small group of individuals. We're trying to figure this out. So I'm just going to be transparent. You know what I may do? I may walk over to my stereo equipment, put on my headphones, and listen to music. And I know this is going to come as shock. I'm going to listen to secular music. I could possibly turn on my television and watch Sunday Night Football. I know. That could be a shock. I could watch a movie, a TV show. I could do a number of things. Does that mean that I love the world? We say, well, it all depends. And it depends on what you watch. Some will view it on what you listen to. Some will view it on how much time. Do you really, how much affection are you giving to it? It becomes very, 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 very subjective. And I just think we really need to try to figure out what it means to love not the world. I want you to spend considerable amount of time trying to figure that out. I really do. And I want to see it all. I want you to to tell me what you discovered and what you found. I really do, because I'm just interested to see how much unity there is. Like, wow, everyone pretty much said the same thing, or how much like, wow, nobody's in agreement on this. Now, the goal of this week, if we don't have participation, then this is going to be like a massive failure. So hopefully everyone will participate. I cannot wait to hear what does it mean to love not the world? What does that look like? Now, I'm just thinking about this. Give me one second. The curriculum that I'm going to point to is not going to be very helpful for this. Let me go back to the previous one. Let me see here. I don't think the previous one is of any help. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, if I can get it to go all the way back. Go all the way back here. All right, here we go. If we go all the way back to... Yes, okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to and I think it will still be available to you. It's Unit 1, Session 2, Sure of Relationship. And it says, my relationship with God is reflected in how I live. And it covers 1 John 2, verses 3 through 11, and verses 15 through 17. And I'm going to click on this. 15 through 17. I'm clicking on it. Give me 1 second. And let's see here. I'm looking at the Adult Personal Study Guide. I'm looking at the Adult Personal Study Guide. And if you look, see here. Oh, wait, that's not helpful. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, there's not a lot here about it. It's a pretty brief paragraph. Well, yeah, I guess there's 2 paragraphs. It's on page 30 of the curriculum. It's on page 30 of the curriculum, and it says 1 John 2, 15 through 17, and then it has some, read what they have to say about it, and include that as one of the, like, where you're asking other people, summarize what the curriculum has to say. You can just call it curriculum. Like you can say, people... curriculum, all right? That's Unit 1, Session 2. It's called Sure of Relationship. Look at what they have to say about loving the world. I really want you to look at that. I really want you to consider what they have to say, all right? So this week, it's going to be a lot about that. But then there's one other thing I want you to do. After you've done that, then I want you to go to Unit 1, Session 3, which is Source of the Truth. Source of the Truth. It covers 1 John 2, 18 through 29. And I want you to use the Adult Personal Study Guide. Okay? And I want you, and here's some things I want you to definitely read it. I want you to consider it. I want you to study it. But let's just read this section, and I'm going to give you some things to look for. All right? But so the first curriculum is Unit 1, Session 2. You're just looking at what it has to say about loving the world. That's all I want you to look at. What do they have to say? What do other people have to say? And what do you think it means? That's pretty simple and straightforward. Then I want you to go to, that's Unit 1, Session 2. I want you to go to Unit 1, Session 3. And I want you to go to the Adult Personal Study Guide. It covers 1 John 2, 18 through 29. I want you to see everything they have to say. And now we're going to read through this, and I'm going to give you some specific things to look for. Are you ready? 1 John 2, starting at verse 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now there are many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. Stop right here. Here's what I want you to do. This is very simple and straightforward. I want you to see how many Bible dictionaries you can find online, or if you have a physical copy. Look at all the different dictionaries you can find and summarize all the dictionaries you can find, what they say about Antichrist and Antichrist plural, because 1 John 2, 18 says that that we have heard that Antichrist shall come. Even now there are many Antichrists. So I want you to know everything about Antichrist and who are the Antichrist plural. There's one should come, but there are Antichrists. What does that mean? And I want you to look in all the dictionaries. In fact, let me just see here. I want to make sure I'm correct. I'm going to grab the Nelson's New Illustrated Bible Dictionary really quick. Okay. I'm going to look this up. Let's see how, yes, here we go. Page on Nelson's New Illustrated Bible Dictionary. It's on page 79, the Antichrist. I want you to look at everything they have to say about the Antichrist. Just summarize what they have to say about the Antichrist, all right? So please, a good dictionary definition of Antichrist and Antichrist plural. Also, I want you to look up as many commentaries as you can find. If you just go to Google and type in 1 John 2, 18, 1 John 2, 18, you'll find an entry for BibleHub.com. Look at all of those commentaries and see what how do they identify Antichrist? How do they identify the Antichrist? I want you to spend the week. What does it mean to love the world? All right, so just go through in order. What does it mean to love not the world, I should say? What does it mean to love not the world? I want you to summarize what it means. I want you to ask as many people as you can ask. I want you to summarize what they say. And I want you to look at the curriculum. Unit 1, Session 2, what do they say about loving not the world? All right, and you can refer to it as people and curriculum, and then you. So it's you, people, and curriculum. You, people, and curriculum, or you, curriculum, and people, however you want to work it, all right? 3, and then let's see how well those 3 agree, all right? You, people, and curriculum. It'll be interesting to just see what we come up with. Then I want you to spend some time with Antichrist there. Not actually the Antichrist. I don't want you to spend time with the Antichrist. I want you to spend time studying the concept. And I want you to look at every Bible dictionary you can find. What do they say about Antichrist? I want you to then look up 1 John 2:18 on Google. Go to BibleHub.com. And then you'll find the entry. It'll be right there on Google when you do a search. Look at all the commentaries. What do they say about Antichrist and Antichrist? That's all I want you to do. All right? And actually, I'm just going to stop right there. I'll just stop right. I wanted to go further in, but that's going to keep you busy. All right? Now, please use the curriculum. All right? Let me go back to it. I think is it Unit 1, Session 3? Yeah, Unit 1, Session 3. Unit 1, Session 3. It's called Sure of Truth. What do they say about Antichrist? So, love not the world. What does that mean? What does curriculum say? What does other people say? Antichrist. What do the Bible dictionaries say? What do the curriculum say? There you go. Simple, straightforward. Get us all back on the same track. Get us all on the same page and advancing and hopefully having a very good week of study. And then I'll do my very best. I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll do my very best to be here Tuesday. And at least for some period of time, I've got a lot of things to try to do. So it may not be till Wednesday till we get back to the Bible study exercise, but that should keep you very busy. Now remember, at any time, if you have a question, email me. Now sometimes I may not respond to the email, because I'm going to respond to you in the teaching. All right, so don't get offended if I don't respond in email. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll talk about that in the teaching. I'll mention that. So like someone talked, there was something in 1 John chapter 1, verse 1 that someone mentioned that we talked about in the teaching. I didn't respond in email. So just keep that in mind, but please email, show me your work. I'm very curious about the love not the world thing, because I just think it's going to be, no one's going to agree. Everyone's going to have their different views. Every person you talk to, and then the curriculum is going to offer its own perspective. And I just want you to see, well, wait a minute. Well, then what am I supposed to do with this? That's the $1 million question, especially if it's considered to be a test to see if you're saved. If it's a test to see if you're saved, you've got to absolutely have that 100% clarified to know if you're doing it or not doing it. All right, so but then how does that, I won't give that as an assignment. We've also got to, we talked about that this morning, how it possibly relates to Gnosticism, right? So, love not the world. What does that mean to you? I want you to come up with a clear definition of what you think it means. What does it mean to other people, and what does the curriculum say? Antichrist. What do the Bible dictionaries say? What do commentaries say? What does the curriculum say? All right? I think I said dictionaries and curriculum, but I forgot the commentaries there. So the dictionary, commentaries, and curriculum. Hopefully all that makes sense. If it does not, please just feel free to email me and ask me to clarify. I got no problem. It's easy for me to do that. I can respond. If anyone's listening to me live and you need me to clarify, I'll give you a second to offer, hey, wait, what? Say that again? Wait, explain that again? Wait, I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? Because I know I went through that relatively quick, but Yeah, there we go. I had more that I wanted to do, and then I had to start trying to change it in the middle of talking. And I'm like, I'm going to cut that back. And so sometimes when you're talking, but you're thinking of something else, you can go, wait, what did I say? Because I'm over here going, wait, should I do that? No, let's not do that. Well, if I don't do it today, are we going to have time to do it this week? Wait, we're going to run out of time. Like I'm having this internal conversation with myself while I'm talking. And that's sometimes it makes things not clear. All right, if anyone else is listening and you're brand new to all of this, please participate. TheologyCentral.net, go to the blog section, look for the article called Daily Discipleship Guide, follow the link. It's going to take you to Ministry Grid. You register. It's free for you. Someone else is paying for it, and you have access to the curriculum. And if you were to buy those books, it would cost you a little bit of money to buy the adult guide, the Daily Discipleship Guide, and the 2 Leaders Guide. It would cost you a little bit of money to do that, and you're getting that absolutely free. If anybody wants to help support what we're doing, while you're at theologycentral.net, just hit the donate tab. We don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $2, $3, whatever you want to do to help us. That's always helpful. It costs lots of money to do what I'm doing here. I think it's over it's $100 and something a month just to be able to do my broadcast live and for Spreaker to be our hosting site. So, yeah. There you go. So we always appreciate it. Someone did send a very, very unexpected financial gift to help support the church, and we are very grateful. So thank you so very much, and for everyone else who's ever supported us, every way you have, whatever you've done, we're always appreciative. So, but we will always keep everything free. We'll never monetize our podcast. Never put any of our content behind a paywall. We'll never do that. We'll always keep it free. If we don't have the money to do it, then we just won't do it. But we won't charge people. That's kind of the mentality, and hopefully I can always stay consistent with that. All right. Okay, I was saying all of that not to try to get money. I was just saying all of that because I was giving people time who are listening live to go, wait, I didn't understand the assignment. But I think I made it pretty clear. I think I did. All right, there you have it. Enjoy your study of 1 John this week. May God bless you as you dig into his word to search for truth. Whether you like it or not, our job is to find that truth, understand it, believe it, and live according to it. And I hope that's what you'll be motivated to do this week. Thanks for listening. God bless.